private dweller could actually afford to buy.
I think the term is used liberally for all of those, and probably some others that I've forgotten. But it's something where you can access good quality housing, irrespective of what your means are. So you know, we laughably joke in Billericay and other parts of the town that £500,000 is affordable. But what we're talking about are what people used to call social housing, and found that that's now unacceptable. So it will be housing through the local authority. It may be starter homes. It may be shared ownership. All of that, if you like, first step on the ladder for property, but something that you can access given whatever your means are.
Nobody else? Nobody else has got any questions? Terry, would you like to say a few words, or are you happy with what you've heard so far? I think he has. I think we should thank Phil Turner for what he's said tonight. You know, I think he's been candid with us. I think he's told us the way it is. He obviously can't promise that he's going to sort of turn the thing around on its head, but what he has, I think, strongly indicated that they will take this back into ownership and rejig the thing to make it sensible, rather than what it is at the moment, which is lunacy as far as I'm concerned, and I think everybody else, not just us, but I mean obviously some of the other things that have been proposed. So unless anybody else has got any questions, I'm going to sort of wind it up from here. Tony, do you want to say anything else? Yeah, okay. I think Tony just wants to mention about the nature reserve, which is another thing. Some of you may not, I'm sure you all are aware that there's a nature reserve on Oak Bridge, and clearly that will have an impact on any development there. And one thing that's just come into my mind, I didn't know, but whether or not many of you did, there is a World War II pipeline that runs through, that was built during the war, runs through the land at Eastfield Road, which supplies aviation fuel to airports. It was done by the Ministry of Defence during the war, and I've been speaking to the company today that maintains it and manages it for, would you believe, a Spanish company that now own it, would you believe? And so that will obviously have some impact on any development should it take place there, because it needs to have space on either side, and apparently it's only 1.1 metre in the ground, which is surprising really for something like that. So any clumsy construction worker hitting that won't be like a water main. We all won't have to worry about it because we'll all be gone. So, you know, say goodbye. Anyway, I'll hand you over to Tony. He just wants a quick few words, and then we'll try and wind the meeting up and just tell you what we're going to do now.
Right, thanks. I'll try and keep this mic up all right. Well, since the beginning, I've been here 28 years in Coppish Lane, opposite the school, and I've seen the increase in building there, adding the preschool, the extra classes. Of an afternoon, the road is completely clogged. I took pictures the other day, all the way up. They're parked all the way where they can, on double yellow lines, on the zigzag lines, which are no stopping for children's safety, and on the pavement, and I couldn't even walk through at one point. I had to go out the road. So that's how bad it is now. They want to double the number of vehicles there. But goodness knows how they're going to fit them all in. We need a double layer of Coppish Lane at least for them to do. So, like many of you, I get problems with the roads around. As Paul said about nature reserve, going back to about 93 when there was developments going on, a lot of this area was wild at that time. Many of you may have seen it, some of you may not have seen it at that time. That got built on, but thanks to the great crested newts and a number of other animals and insects there, we did get the area of the nature reserve, which is 20 acres, which was reserved, which was partly that area. And there are a number of us who try to keep that looking nice. I've been volunteering over there for about 12 years now on work parties, and I've been treasurer of the society for about 7 now. So I've got a great interest in it, and I think much more interest in nature than I used to. What concerns me is that we know that animals, particularly mammals like foxes, muntjac, deer, go between the reserve and the fields that they want to build on for the land east of Local Bridge. And the latest plan is actually to put a further block, because instead of when you go down to the centre of the reserve and then eastwards, it was going to be one field across, it's now two. That's the latest plan. That means they won't easily get across there. At the moment, there's a brook that runs round and they can easily jump across. The fencing is just a couple of wires, there's nothing much they can get through. There's probably lots of smaller mammals that we don't see doing that. Birds and insects will fly across and make use of the bushes and the trees for cover and go further into barley lands and so on. And a lot of that won't happen. The field floods, so potentially, and they know that because that's in the plan, they cater for that, they say, but potentially that would alter the water table for the surrounding area, including the reserve. There's a lot of wet areas there, which is good for a lot of the insects and wildlife. So there could be an impact there. The other is that if they have children there, because of that brook, they're going to have to fence that off. And that fence, if it's good enough to stop children getting through into it, it will stop the animals getting through and beyond. They might have a problem because there's supposed to be a 100-metre buffer all round any nature reserve. So it's a big area where they won't be able to build on, but it could be a play area or something, wildlife, we don't really know what that may be. But there's certainly a potential big impact on the wildlife, and there are a number of us who try to look after the nature reserve, keep it decent for you all. There are projects going on there and improved it, and we want to keep that good. We don't want to see it deteriorate, which we're concerned about.
Thank you, Tony. Well, I think the last thing I just sort of sum up, just to say once again, thank you all for coming. I hope you found it worthwhile. I know I have. We will be mounting a request for a donation to try and produce a fund so that should we need professional opinions on this, we've got the resources to do that. Now, I and my colleagues have agreed to pay £150 from the Noakbridge Residents Association, and what we'll do is we'll leaflet everybody in the area to let them know what they can do, how they can help us if you live in a particular road, so that you could just deliver leaflets in your road, which would help, so that if everybody signs up just to deliver leaflets in their own road, we can cover it very quickly and everybody can be informed what's going on. And we will try and get a direct line, obviously, from the council officers, well, from the councillors rather than council officers, as to any information that we think you should be aware of. And also I'll post it on Facebook. So rather than you all sort of do anything tonight, as I said, we'll produce another leaflet, get it delivered to you all, and then let you know how we can go forward. And if you choose to join with us, then that's great. If not, that's up to you. But thank you all for coming. And
Can I just ask very briefly?
Yes.
For donations, I know it's a bit cheeky, but can they be gift aided so you get more money on it?
they can, yeah. I mean, I'm sure we can